Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel for this episode 26 here on Silverrun with me, Farmer Murphy. Well, it is June 1st. I honestly didn't expect to see you back in quite this early, but we've got a few things to do. But I started my day out by coming down here and checking out our test plot. That's what we'll call it. And you can see it's been 1 month, and I really can't see any difference in our little tree saplings, but I wanted to check that out, so I thought you guys might want to see that too. You can see our truck is gone because we need it back at the farm. Now our tree planter is it's up, must be just slightly over the brow of that hill, I guess, but I put in approximately 200 trees in there, so I'm just going to leave the tree planter sit here for the time being, and we're going to monitor our little test plot here. And at some point, I'm hoping to go back and fill in any kind of bare spots. But we got a few things going on here. So I'll tell you what, I will meet you back at the shop. Well, we're down here at the store because I wanted to show off our new iron ore handling duo. Now, last episode, you saw me upgrade our dump truck to this unit here. Our old dump truck held 24,000 liters of iron ore. This unit here will haul 60,000 liters, so cuts our trips in third, basically. And I upgraded our old case wheel loader we got real early in the series to the new large Volvo 180 wheel loader. Now, as you may recall, or probably don't, but we were using a 4,000 liter bucket on that case wheel loader, and I had to put a bunch of weight on the back in order for it to handle that. Well, on here I put the big 10,000 liter Volvo bucket, so the $64,000 question is, without adding any additional weight, will this big wheel loader handle that bucket load of iron ore? That's what we need to find out. So I'm going to get this stuff up to the mine. The truck, of course, will whip right up there, but it's going to take a little while to get the wheel loader up. I'm not going to bother going picking up our lowboy and hauling it up with the truck. I'll just drive it up because it does 40 kilometers an hour, I think. So, but actually, let's jump in the truck here, and I'll show you something en route. Down this way. Now, we did have another boat sail, and the next one has started, and I have done all the usual beginning of the month things. We only have 2 more sculptures, and the sculpture museum will be full. But as you will see coming up here, our barley is ready to harvest. So I've got our harvest equipment set up here. That's why I stole the truck. So we're going to do a little of that here on this episode after we take care of the iron ore. But, I will get this up to the mine, and I will bring you back in when I am ready to load some ore. So we'll see you in a little bit. Well, it's time for the moment of truth. Now, I don't know if you guys have any bets or not. That combination I was using here previously, the case with the 4,000 liter bucket, I used loading lime and had no problem at all, needed no additional weight. And even with all that additional weight I put on, it barely handled it. Wow, that is impressive, because that's more than double the capacity on this bucket. And this loader handles it without any additional weight. Cool. But I guess that kind of makes sense because it came out with the map, or with the expansion. But 6 bucket loads should fill this truck up, and like I said, we cut our trips in third to the iron furnace, so pretty sweet upgrade. I don't think it could handle too much more capacity though. It is, you'll notice, a little bit light on the back end when we get a bucket full. some pretty good tire deformation going on there too. That's pretty cool. Yeah, this I think is going to be a really good upgrade for us. Boy, we're taking a good bite out of that ore pile with this combination. So I'm going to let our money just sit and accumulate now. I do have a tractor in mind that we can use with our seeder, but it is fairly pricey, but we don't need it for a couple months yet. And we do need to have enough funds on hand, of course, to, excuse me, to rent our whoops, got a little aggressive there, cotton harvester. Now, I have been keeping an eye on the used market. Nothing has come up so far, so we might end up buying one if we can get one used, but if we can't, we'll likely just lease it. Because even at the rate we're accumulating money now, I don't think we'd be able to buy a cotton harvester and the tractor I want to get. That is, unless of course I started selling wood, which probably not going to do. Ooh, that was a little dicey there. If I went and sold that much wood, because the cotton harvesters, I can't remember what the case one is. It's I know the John Deere one's nearly $1 million, like 800 and some thousand, I think it is. But I know the case one's a little cheaper, but even so, we'd probably end up logging that new area off entirely in order to buy it, so I don't want to do that. I'm hoping that there's enough timber on there that we won't need to move anywhere else. Didn't mean to shut it off, but I think we're full. Now we can shut it off. Yes, sir. There is a little bleed through on the cover on this trailer. I have used it before, but we can solve that just by going inside. Now we'll see how this truck handles all this weight. Now I'm going to go a little different route than I normally go. Actually, let's just stop here for a second. If we look at the map, I used to kind of wind my way across country here through all these back roads, but there's pretty sharp turns in there. This is a little bigger unit, so I think we're going to go out this way. It's a little further around, I think, but a little easier drive. Not as many switchbacks that we need to deal with, or that sort of thing. But it's because of all the weight of the iron ore in that trailer is why I wanted all the big horsepower. Because we do need to climb up some hills. Ooh, look at the lean. Ooh-wee. I had the brakes on pretty hard there too. There is a lot of weight in that trailer. This is the road we want here, I believe. I hope. I think this is about the worst hill we're going to need to climb now. and it's not as steep as some of those hills that you have to deal with going cross country. Oh yeah, look at this, snorts right up the hill, no problem at all. There's 1,600 ponies under the hood doing their job. This is a nice truck. I think I mentioned I'm toying with changing out the old Mac, but you know, to be fair, the old Mac, what is it, 650 horsepower, I think? I mean, it does a good job too. No problem at all. I do like the fact that you can put the large agricultural fat tires on here. Excuse me. Makes a good silage truck, actually. I've used it for that, and there's an actual silage trailer in game, a field, not field boss, a silage boss trailer, and I use this truck with it because I have watched some real life farmers, and they do put like these fat agricultural tires on their silage trucks when they're running in the field. It's a real thing. And there we come out down by our sugar beet field where the infamous train incident happened. I think we're safe enough this time. Yeah, a little further around, but it's actually an easier drive. Thought you guys might as well stick with it. It's been a little while since we've done anything with the iron ore on camera, that's for sure. Of course, off camera I've been making deliveries fairly regularly. Now we're not that close to being empty, it's just the opportunity presented itself, so I thought we might as well take advantage of it. Our grass field on the right, or left I should say. Now what I'm thinking is I will bring you, we're going to do a little of that barley harvest, and boy, I arrived just in time because I'm just at the point where I need to buy more straw, so I won't have to do that. But then I'll bring you back in when we're ready to do the cotton harvest, and then there'll probably only be one more episode after that, and it'll be sometime in the future. We'll see how our the results of our cotton harvest affect our output of fabric. Take a slight detour here. We have a bit of a wreck. And also want to see that reforestation project when we can actually see the results. So I'll just carry on off camera until we can go down there and actually see that area, if not fully grown, certainly grown up to the point where we can imagine what it would look like in the not too distant future. So that means we're only be a couple more episodes after this, I'm thinking. But I have enjoyed this map. Our cotton field on the left. Oh, here you can, I don't know if you can just, if you watch out this window. Oh no, it's hidden again. I was going to say you can see our tree planter. Wow, you can just barely see it sitting up on top of that hill over there. It's summertime, I'm just going to let it sit outside until we need it there again. We'll probably have to do a little fill in around home too at some point when we can actually see what's going on there. And there we go. Iron furnace is full again. All right, well, off to do the barley harvest, so I'll meet you down at the field. See you in just a little bit. All right, let's the harvesting action begin. Actually, I think we can probably, go in cab to do this. Oh, before I do that, better make sure the straw swat's turned on. Yes, sir. So this barley harvest came at just about the perfect time, actually. We had to buy straw for the cows and barley for our chickens, and both are pretty much at the point where we need to buy some more. But obviously we won't need to do that now. Now I don't know if we'll end up with enough straw to take us through the year. Time will tell, but we'll certainly should have enough barley, and we should have some barley to sell, I would think, at this winter. I think around December, January should be the peak price. I didn't mention it, but I was thinking it as we drove by. You may not have noticed, but we drove by a sell point up there, kind of in the wooded area, and we actually haven't visited any of those sell points around the map. We were doing wood, everything was going to the sawmill, and now we used the train a lot, and now everything is on direct selling. So there's some areas of the map, sell points, that we haven't actually visited. So selling off the barley will certainly give us an opportunity to visit one of those. I suppose if I took the milk off of direct selling, that would give us an opportunity to go and visit a different sell point. Wow, 50% already. Getting pretty good yield off of this. Now you can see our truck is sitting down here. There is a heavy haul version of that truck, like a 3-axle version. I'd like to get that to use with our low loader trailer that we have for hauling our heavy equipment around. Not that we have to do a lot of that, admittedly, but yeah, just kind of like to have everything set up. Actually, we should probably empty while we're here. So let's we'll stop at that. Let's go inside the cab. We'll get the pipe out here. We should probably have a truckload, so it doesn't matter if we load the back or the front first, I don't think. Now we'll just put barley right back in here. Like I said, the chickens can use it. It provides the largest yield per acre, if that makes sense. And I watched a test video now. Admittedly, I can't remember if it was FS22 or FS19, but the amount of straw you get is the object of that test was to test if the yield of the crop affected the amount of straw you got, and it did. So if you've got a high yielding crop, you'll get more straw, as I recall. Of course, always a grain of salt when you're dealing with my memory. So I want the maximum quantity of barley for feeding animals, and the maximum amount of straw for bedding and making TMR. So that's why I use barley rather than wheat. Because for the same size field, we're just going to get more barley and more straw. Because someone did ask me why I always used grew barley. So that's why, when I'm using it to feed animals. if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. Boy, we don't have very many hours on this combine. Actually, I guess this is probably only the second time we've harvested these fields, I think. There are some nice views here on Silverrun, I must say. Yeah, you can see, if we jump out of cab here, you can see that hillside over there, straight in front of us. That's where we planted all those trees in, and you really can't see any indication of any growth there yet. I believe it was about 60 spruce we put in, kind of on that hillside, so. But when we see the, can see the difference on our test plot, then we will know that we'll should have even more growth on down here by the farm, because we put them in first. I think I'll just run the harvester down there rather than move the truck. But I think I shall leave you there. Nothing spectacular about this, just a regular old barley harvest. So I'll get it done, and I'll let you know how much we end up with when we're finished. So I will see you at the end of the harvest. Wow, I thought I'd bring you in just for a quick update. We've got a truckload of barley already, nearly 52,000 liters, and we haven't even finished this field. And this is the smaller of our two fields, so we're going to do really well. We should definitely have some barley that we can sell off this winter. We are, though, about 3/4 done this field, I'd say, maybe a bit more. But there is still like 5,000 liters sitting in the harvester still, too. So, I just thought I'd let you know that. I will bring you back in when we're completely finished and know what the final total is. And hopefully we'll have time to do a little baling. So, see you in a bit. Well, we have arrived with our third and final truckload of barley. So we'll get this unloaded and we'll see what we've got in total. There we go. We'll just leave this sit here for now. I'll take care of it later. We got just a smidge under 145,000 liters. So not too bad at all. We'll take that. All right. Well, I've started baling down there on the first field. Actually, I finished the baling on the first field. So I'll meet you down there and we'll carry on baling the straw on the second field. So see you there. Well, we're down here with our Kubota tractor and our Kubota baler. Now I did finish the straw, like I said, on the first field. We got 26 11,000 liter bales off of that. Now I am using the smallest bale size here on the quick baler, which is equivalent, I believe, to the largest in-game standard bale sizes. But that just makes it handy for our TMR mixing. So I realized I misspoke earlier, because after we get the straw baled and picked up, of course we need to turn these fields around, which is mulching, liming. But we will need to plant these fields back into barley before the cotton harvest is ready. So that'll actually be our next episode. And I was thinking they're not too far apart. Maybe we'll show the planting because we'll have our new tractor that we'll be using. And then the last half will show the cotton harvest. So a revised plan already, and by the time we get to that point, it may be revised again. Who knows? I certainly don't. So I think if we get the same or probably a few more bales off of this field, straw bales, that really should do us, I think, for the year. I don't think we'll have to buy, because that's a fair bit of straw. Because when I first put the cows in, was it 8 bales? I think 9,000 liter bales I bought, and like I'm just about to run out now. I have a little bit left, 1 bale, I think. So if we get 11,000 liter bales, that really should do us, I'm thinking. And of course, I haven't done any math on how much barley we need, but I'm certain that's more than enough for our chickens for a year. Of course, our pen isn't full yet, so I'll just kind of see where we're at when we get to I think December. It'll either be December or January would be the best price for barley, and we'll make a decision then if we're going to sell any off or we just hang on to it all. Now I was thinking on the way out here, with the McCormick, it's sitting over in the other field. It was getting ready to pick up bales. When we get our new tractor, we might be able to sell the McCormick, or basically trade it for the other Kubota that's available in game, the 200 horsepower one, because we probably won't need the McCormick for anything. I'll have to kind of check the horsepower limits on our equipment, but we might be able to downsize there a little bit, which would help offset the cost of our new tractor. So we'll see how that goes, but we might do that. I think there's also a Kubota in small tractors, like 100 horsepower or something like that, but I just can't think of any reason we really would use that. But the one larger than this, 200 horsepower, it would, you know, pick up bales and yet some of those things that we do with the McCormick, and then our new tractor would do like the plowing and any of the real heavy work that the McCormick did for us. Just a thought, anyways. We'll see when the time comes. Because I still want to upgrade we have one old case wheel loader still that I'm using to load logs with. I'd like to upgrade that to the smaller Volvo wheel loader. Of course, we do need to pay off our loan too. We can't forget about that, but it's down significantly. It's down from 450 or maybe even a bit more, down to 200,000 now. So we could technically actually pay it off with the money we have, but we just need to borrow it back when we want our tractor likely. So not much point in that. I do end up using this baler pretty much on every gameplay I do, just because I love the pickup on it. Even though the bales are liftable by hand, I shouldn't say I never take advantage of that. I do sometimes, but I still tend to use like equipment to move the bales around. Sometimes I'll load the bales onto a trailer by hand, taking advantage of the liftable, but it wouldn't actually hurt my feelings one little bit if that feature went away on the quick bale. It would have been kind of a cool thing if you could have turned that on or off, had them liftable or not. Then I would have turned it off and wouldn't have been tempted to cheat, so to speak. I know my buddy Game Enjoy is working on a mod where you can take and increase the pickup width on base game equipment. And I believe he's planning on bringing it out on console as well. That'd be just awesome. Even a 25% increase would be enough. Because I do hate those little pieces that are left over. It drives me crazy. I end up running around and picking them up. I know a farmer really wouldn't waste the fuel doing that, but I just can't stand seeing those left in the field. So the quick bale just takes care of that. Wow, I yabbered on there longer than I intended, so I'll leave you there, and I will get this finished up, and I'll let you know how many bales we get off of here, and then we'll sign off for this episode. I'll do the field prep off camera because we've done lots of that, and we'll call it an episode. So I will see you in a few minutes. Well, there we go. Just finished up baling on here. So we got 27 bales off of this field. That's really only one more than our other field. I thought it'd be a bit more than that, but it is what it is. So that gives us 53 in total, 11,000 liter bales. And I'm pretty sure that should take us through the year. So I will mulch and lime these fields off camera and get ready to have them seeded. That will be in September. So that's probably when I'll see you next. We'll bring you back in, we'll get these seeded, we'll get our new tractor, And like I said earlier, it's the following month we should be able to harvest our cotton, so maybe we'll do those two things in one episode. But for this episode, we have run out of time, so if you're still with me, I really appreciate you watching. If you haven't already, I encourage you to hit that like and subscribe button. And if you want to see when other content like this lands, well, hit that old notification bell. But for this episode, here on Silverrun, it's Farmer Murphy, signing off.